There's this amazing story, and you mentioned the story just now, of a king and his minister. And the minister was a righteous person. And in the face of every disaster, he had this kind of motto in life, which is al-khiratu fima yakhtaruhu Allah. Goodness is in what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala chooses. They were eating together. The king cut his hand quite badly. And so the minister said, hey, don't worry. It's always best what Allah chooses. Now the king saw this as an insult, as if the minister was somehow, gloating at his suffering or something. So he imprisoned him. As he was going to the prison, the minister, he said, Allah only chooses what is best. And so the king, he used to spend much of his recreational time hunting. And he'd usually do that with his minister. But seeing now the minister is behind bars, the king went out hunting by himself. And so he chased an animal, and he failed to realize during the chase that he just crossed into the boundary of an idol worshipping community. They caught him. They took him to the greatest idol. They wanted to make a sacrifice. They wanted to sacrifice him. They lowered him to the ground. They brought the knife to his neck. When they realized that his hand was what? His hand was injured, was wounded. So they saw this as a flaw, and that he's unworthy of being offered as a sacrifice. And so they set him free. Now the king realized that it's true, Allah only chooses what is best. So he came back, he freed the minister, and he said, I'm so sorry, I've made a mistake. He told him what happened, and he said, I now see the good that came about from my what? From my wound. But you see, when I took you to prison, you said the same thing again, Allah chooses what is best. So what was good about you being imprisoned? And the minister said, well, tell me, king, who is it that usually accompanies you when you hunt? He said, it's you. So the minister said, so had I not been imprisoned, who would have been sacrificed instead of you? It would have been me.
Wow.
So in the face of every disaster that befalls you or I, or anyone else, this should be our slogan in life, that Allah chooses what is best, and Allah knows, and we do not know.
وبالحق أنزلناه وبالحق نزل وما أرسلناك إلا مبشرا ونذيرا وقرآنا فرقناه لتقرأه على الناس على مكث ونزلناه تنزيلا